All right, what's up guys and girls, women and children, old and young? Welcome back to the channel. We got a fun video today. What we're gonna do is I picked up, I'll explain more later, but I picked up a Husqvarna 257 chainsaw. And for those of you, I'm not super familiar with Husqvarna. I only ran the Echo on my old McCulloch here, but anyways, it's a 257 Husqvarna. It's a 60cc saw. They made them in 94 to I think 2001 maybe. This one's in 97. So anyways, hasn't ran in 10 years. So I'm going to walk you through the purpose of this video. I'm going to walk you through what to look for, how to go through, how to nurse a saw back to health. So let's go grab it and bring it down here and get started. All right, here we go. This is it. So let's give you a quick walk around of the saw. Let me show you the shape of it. It's in pretty good shape. So here we go. Husqvarna 257 air injection. On the side there, Husqvarna 257, 1997, serial number, blah, 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 Sweden. So, let's, it's got, I believe, a 20-inch bar on it. So, overall, it's in good shape. It was a good running saw from what, Wayne's the guy I got it from. We're going to fix it up for him and get it running. So, that's the purpose of this video is, but looks like a pretty good saw. Looks like a decompression, button there on the side of it. So, he said it was a good running saw, so let's go ahead and go through it. Check over a bunch of things and let's get this bad Larry running, huh? This thing's a hot rod. Vintage Husqvarna. I might even try to buy this off of them depending on how well it runs and how well I like it. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so we're gonna sit you guys over there. This is a new camera angle for me, so I'm not sure how well we're gonna run with it, but I'm not super familiar with Husqvarna saws, but let's pop this main cover off here. Because I'm assuming all our air cleaner and whatnot is under there, so we want to check that, see how dirty that is, make sure there's no critters or anything in there, because we don't want to just run and start something that hasn't ran in 10 years. So we're going to nurse this properly. All right, here we go. So it looks to me like this air filter is held on by this little screw here. I would imagine early model, like my Echo is toolless. I would imagine the early models, they weren't really going with the whole toolless thing. I just want to be careful though. I don't want to be breaking anything. Again, I'm not familiar with Husqvarna here. Okay, so that does just pop off. So that element's actually in pretty good shape. We'll see if we can find a replacement one online. But what I want to do first is, where is our choke? Choke's right in front of me. Okay, so that's our choke. But first thing we want to do is, sorry, I was looking for something else. Okay, yeah, kill switch here. Our choke's here. So I want to get some oil down into that carburetor. So let's go ahead and grab some PB Blast. So I haven't tried to pull this over yet. This saw's been sitting for 10 years, so I'm gonna put some PB Blast in there. I'm gonna put the choke on so nothing falls in there. Actually, while we were working on it, just to be safe, we're gonna rip a paper towel and we're gonna put that in there just for safekeeping. So we sprayed some PB down in the carburetor. Now we're gonna spray some PB Blast, into the spark plug hole. So let's go ahead and find the wrench for that. This didn't come with a scrench, so we're gonna have to just get a regular, good old-fashioned socket. My spark plug sockets are out in the hut. I don't feel like going out there, so a regular socket is gonna have to do. There we go. So it's always a good sign that the plug comes out loose. Let's go ahead and inspect the plug. So hopefully you can make out that plug looks actually really good, relatively new. It's a Champion RCJ6Y. So let's see if we can see anything in the cylinder. We are going to put some So we're going to fill that cylinder with PB Blaster. Just for now, we're going to put our plug back in loosely. And we're gonna go ahead and let this sit. Oh, look at how big that cylinder is. This thing's beefy compared to my little Echo. This is a 60cc saw. My Echo is only a 49cc. So this is a big boy saw. So just as an update, sorry about that. Here's our adjuster. There's supposed to be a little nipple that pokes out a little bit to grab into the hole in the bar, but that's gone, sheared off. Here's our adjusted screw. This retention plastic broke down too, so now we got to figure out a way to keep this from turning out when you adjust it. I have the same issue on my McCulloch, so it's funny, but I guess it's time to address it. So we'll fix it. I'll show you what I'll come up with. So it looks to me too that this bar has some battle wounds in it. Just my preliminary findings. There's a couple nicks on, see that right there, both sides. So the bar's in pretty rough shape. Okay, so we've let it sit for a bit. We're gonna take our plug out. Again, our plug looks pretty good from checking it earlier. Our plug looks pretty good, like I said. Nice Champion. Champion makes a good plug. Let's take this out. Make sure nothing fell in there. So let's slowly pull this back over. Oh yeah. You hear it? Can you hear that? Yeah, I'm sure you can. So you just want to do this a bunch of times, just because you're moving the oil around and you're moving the PB blast around there and there. The stuff we put in the carburetor, it'll suck in a little bit. Again, you're not going to hurt it. The spark plug's out, so. Oh yeah. We're styling now. So you just want to nurse that, back to health. Take the extra time to nurse it back to health. All right. Now. So we're gonna pop this cover off, see if we can get it to pop on the ether. If we can get it to pop on the starting fluid, then we know that it'll fire. But now our new concern will be having to clean the carburetor. So it's obviously idling a wee bit hot. This really doesn't have a idle screw. Huh. Well, let's hook it all back up. See what we can, see if it'll run better when all this is properly installed. So let's keep track of where the settings are. So that's one turn on the low. Definitely want to go the other way. One, that's where we were. So we're going to go back a turn from where we were. Oh yeah, oil is working too. We're gushing oil. Question of the day, will it restart? All right, what do you think? Runs pretty good, huh? So the carb's okay, which was good. There's no gas in it, which we knew from the start, but the settings were a little bit off. So that high screw, or the low circuit screw, there's no idle adjustment on this. So the low circuit screw was a full turn in the wrong direction, because I went to the right and I started and wah, you heard it, it fired right up. So I went back to the setting original one. And then I went back a turn and tweaked it from there, and I tweaked the high too. So sounds pretty good. We're gonna order the part for the chain adjustment, and we're gonna stick this bad boy in some wood, but that'll be coming up in the next video. We'll finish it. But I'm Homestead Jay. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm out of breath. Wonder why I had so much trouble starting that. That low circuit was just way strung out, and plus there was a ton of PB blast in there. But anyways, I'm Homestead Jay. Hope you like it. Please let me know what you think. This is a vintage saw, hasn't ran in 10 years, and we got that baby fine-tuned, running like a cat. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.